Arif and Siku are a hard-working couple who own a carpet shop in Istanbul. One day, Arif's old friend, A.R.O.G, arrives at the shop with his assistant, claiming to have discovered something amazing nearby. However, when they reach the location, A.R.O.G reveals his true plan. He apprehends Arif, ties him up, and confesses that he is after Arif's wife, Siku. The object A.R.O.G mentioned is actually a time machine, and after using advanced technology to transform into Arif's lookalike, he plans to trick Siku into thinking he is her husband and reproduce with her. When the real Arif protests, A.R.O.G's assistant activates the time machine and sends him 1 million years back in time. Arif arrives in the Cretaceous period, surrounded by dinosaurs. As he explores the area in shock, he encounters a group of early apes, the first of their kind, who have yet to evolve. With no other option, Arif decides to live among them, attempting to educate the apes in hopes of accelerating their evolution. As time passes and winter arrives, Arif realizes how harsh the environment is when his urine instantly freezes in the cold, prompting him to make structures out of the frozen pesicles. After several months of effort, the apes show no signs of learning, and Arif concludes that he cannot return home if he stays with these unevolved creatures. Determined to find human civilization, he ventures into the forest, where he encounters a T-Rex. Initially terrified, Arif realizes the dinosaur is a mother protecting her eggs and backs away to show respect. In gratitude, the T-Rex gives him a large honey nest, but this angers a giant bee, which chases and stings him, causing him to faint. Before losing consciousness, Arif sees 2 cavemen in a tree. They tranquilize him, and when he wakes up, he finds himself inside a cave surrounded by cavemen who are preparing to kill him out of fear. Arif, understanding their language, convinces the leader of the tribe, Demi, that he is from the future and poses no threat. Just then, the A.R.O.Gians, a rival tribe led by the savage Karga, arrive to oppress Demi's tribe. Karga chooses 3 of Demi's strongest men, including Arif, for a special ritual. When Arif tries to resist, Karga tranquilizes him again and takes him to their village. During the journey, one of the savages, Tasso, has an accident, breaking his arm. As Karga prepares to bury Tasso alive, believing him to be dead, Arif intervenes, explaining that Tasso's arm is only fractured. He creates a makeshift cast, saving Tasso's life. When they reach the A.R.O.Gian village, it is revealed that Karga's nephew, Kalya, leads the tribe. Kalya is disappointed in Tasso for crafting a mask instead of becoming a warrior. Kalya tells a story from his childhood about his father, Kumo, who died after chasing a spaceship that gave him a mysterious ball. Ever since that day, Kalya has hated anything new or inventive. In an attempt to bring his father back, Kalya built an extremely tall tower, and many have tried to climb it, but none survived. Karga brought the 3 strong men from Demi's tribe to attempt the climb. To everyone's surprise, Arif volunteers to go alone. He manages to climb the tower and encounters a strange man at the top, whom he mistakes for Kumo. However, when Arif frightens the man, he accidentally causes him to fall to his death. Despite failing to bring Kumo back, the tribe celebrates Arif for surviving the climb, though Kalya is upset. Tasso is impressed by Arif's bravery and starts drawing his portrait on a stone. Arif praises Tasso's artistic skills, and Tasso shows him a hidden drawing of a girl from the other village named Mimi, whom he has a crush on. Arif, reminded of his own wife Siku, pleads with Tasso to help him acquire the tools he needs to return home. Tasso explains that Kalya locks all the equipment in a cave, forbidding anyone from using it. However, when Arif promises to set Tasso up with Mimi, Tasso agrees to help him obtain the tools. Later that night, Tasso and Arif sneak into the cave in search of tools, but they are caught by Karga, who takes them to Kalya. As expected, Kalya is disappointed in his son for becoming a thief and quickly disowns him. Upset, Tasso leaves the village with Arif. The 2 wander through the forest until they come across Mimi and her friends bathing in a river. Mimi is initially hostile toward Tasso due to his background, but Arif changes her mind by showing her a beautiful tattoo of a woman that Tasso made on his back. With this, Mimi softens and the group returns to Demi's village. Arif reveals his plan to start a new civilization and tells Demi about the thousands of useful gadgets in Kalya's cave, asking for help in stealing them. Excited by the idea of having modern tools and technology, Demi and his people eagerly agree to the plan. The following night, Arif and Tasso infiltrate Kalya's cave again, loading all the necessary tools onto a cartwheel. With the villagers' help, they carry it back to Demi's village. Soon, Arif begins creating inventions that have helped mankind evolve over centuries. Within a few months, the village is thriving. Arif is declared the village's minister, though he remains unsatisfied as he notices no improvement in the villagers' intelligence. Meanwhile, Kalya eventually discovers that Arif and Tasso robbed his cave. Furious, he sends Karga to kill them. However, when Karga arrives and sees all the new inventions, he demands they be handed over. Arif mocks him in front of the villagers, which infuriates Karga, who vows to return with an army for revenge. One day, Arif takes Tasso, Mimi, and others on a picnic in a nearby jungle. When they return, they find the village ransacked by the A.R.O.Gians, who have taken everything. Tired of the constant feuding, Arif approaches Kalya with a solution: a 6-man football match. If Arif's team wins, Kalya must return everything he stole. But if Arif loses, he will build Kalya a tower long enough to retrieve his father. Surprisingly, Kalya agrees. It's revealed that the A.R.O.Gians have been playing ball games in honor of Kumo, whose special ball became a treasure after his death. Confident in his team, Kalya selects 6 of his fiercest warriors. Arif, on the other hand, struggles to find players, as no one in the village even knows what football is. Seeing this, Dimi volunteers to be the goalkeeper, and Arif and Tasso become the forwards, with the remaining team composed of random villagers. The team undergoes rigorous training, while Mimi and the women prepare football jerseys. After a few days, Arif FC gets the hang of the game and plays elegantly. On the day of the big match, the A.R.O.Gians dominate the first half, scoring 4 spectacular goals. Just before halftime, one of Arif's players manages to score a goal, but his celebration is so intense that he runs into nearby flames. During the halftime break, Arif confesses to his team that he is actually an alien who has been living on Earth because of the good food. He reveals he has superpowers, which he refrained from using to avoid hurting anyone. In the second half, Arif uses his alien powers to dominate the game, scoring 3 goals and tying the match at 4-4. However, Tasso gets into a fight with one of the A.R.O.Gian players, resulting in a penalty. Dimi saves the penalty but injures his hands and is unable to continue. With no other goalkeeper, Kahara steps in and proves to be a brick wall, blocking every shot. In the final seconds, Arif leaps into the air and scores the winning goal. The village erupts in celebration, and even Kalya applauds the opposing team. He honors the agreement, promising to leave the villagers in peace. Despite the victory, Arif feels sad, believing that Logar has already taken Sika hostage. He decides to leave the village for good, gifting his watch to Tasso and his engagement ring to Mimi as parting gifts. Suddenly, a bright flash appears, and Siku materializes out of thin air. Arif is overjoyed and shocked to see his wife. Siku explains that after Arif left with Logar, she discovered a 1,000,000-year-old ring and watch that were found in a cave by archaeologists. Upon further research, she realized they belonged to Arif. Connecting the dots, she deduced that the Arif in front of her was an imposter, Logar. She confronted him, learned of her husband's whereabouts, and used Logar's time machine to find him. Reunited, Arif and Sika bid farewell to the villagers and return to their timeline. As soon as they return home, they send Logar back to the primitive village. Initially, the villagers mistake him for Arif, but when he starts hurling insults, they realize he is an imposter. To make matters worse, Kalya and the others discover that it was Logar's spaceship that killed Kumo years ago. Terrified by the angry mob, Logar begs for mercy, but no one listens. The movie ends as a T-Rex suddenly appears and devours Logar, putting an end to his schemes. So that's it. Hope you enjoy the story. Follow for more videos.